Let's talk about hunting knives, but in silver.
Give it to me like.
Welcome to the Paulybuck YouTube channel, everybody. My name is Paul, and I sure am glad to have you with me on this one here today. You are in for a treat today. The very first coin that I get to review for 2025, a 2025 coin, but the review is being done the very end of 2024. Coming to us by Spectres, it is the Theodore Roosevelt hunting knife. Stay tuned. Again, you are in for a treat. Okay, folks, back with another review for Spectres. The Theodore Roosevelt hunting knife, a legacy of adventure. Now, before we get into this is my hunting knife. Nothing special to any of you out there. Nothing compared to what we're going to see. This is a Olsen brand knife, survival knife. This is what I use for hunting, German made, and this is on my hip all the time when I'm going out. This will handle any type of game the United States has to offer. I use it for small game, rabbits, pheasants, squirrels, and big game. Basically, white-tailed deer is the biggest game that I'm hunting here in Michigan. But I wanted to show that off quick, but that is nothing compared to what we are going to see inside this box. And I did cheat just a little bit. I left this little tab open because it is a nice, tight, snug fit to get this top lid off. Now, what's inside here is probably going to blow you away by the time we get done reviewing it and get up close and personal with it. But a little bit of background very quick. It is the Theodore Roosevelt hunting knife. What's so special about the 26th president of the United States hunting knife? Well, Theodore Roosevelt was an adventurer, conservative, and a military leader whose legacy as a champion of the American frontier remains unmatched today. In 1909, remember that date, 1909, because that's going to be very important for what we're about to talk about when we talk about this knife. As he was preparing for an African expedition, he received this hunting knife from his friend, Justice James W. Gerard. The knife is an exquisite symbol of Roosevelt's legacy, and it has been meticulously recreated in 2-ounce silver version. A 2-ounce silver piece of art for us to enjoy. The original knife, a masterpiece of early 20th century craftsmanship, features an eagle's head on the handle with red garnet eyes, intricate forest scenes, and the U.S. arms with Roosevelt's initials, all reproduced with gold gilding on this coin. So not only is it a 2-ounce silver coin, we are about to see some gold gilding. On the one side of the hilt displays two men of the American frontier, likely to be Daniel Boone and Davy Crockett, gathered around a campfire, while the other side showcased a stylized eagle from the Great Seal of the United States between two trees flanked by a wishbone. Below are the initials TR, where the T is shaped like the wing of an eagle in silver. The handguard is shaped like two outward-facing bear heads. The blade is engraved with the inscription presented to Theodore Roosevelt by his friend James W. Gerard. Folks, this is a 2-ounce silver coin, legal tender by Samoa. Now let's get right into this thing right now that we have that little bit of introduction out of the way. I've done something like this similar for Spectres, the Holy Lance. We're going to talk about that briefly in this video, but if you want to check out that review of this Holy Lance, I'll leave that video right up here in the corner somewhere right now. So as I said earlier, the box is a nice, tight, snug fit, and I only did this for the quickness of unboxing it, but it is very, very snug. Not a big deal, because when you see what you're about to see, you're going to understand why everything is a nice, tight fit. Like the Lance, it comes with this foam protector. As we take this off, this is the display that we get to see. Beautifully done by Spectres. A military shadow box style presentation right here in front of us. We do have the flip down front so that we can remove the shadow box from the main packaging, and we will get a look at this. As we tip this forward, you can see how it has that shadow box feel to it. There is no glass over the top. The only thing I did mention was, and there isn't, would be like a nice little kickstand on the back of this box so that it could lean back like this for display. Now I get, or even a hanger, which I think I'm going to do. You put on the back of this box so you can hang it on the wall like this, because everything fits in here so nice and snug. This could sit like this, but I thought if I could hang it on the wall, so I think 2 little tiny nails in the back of this box, as it is a nice solid wood box, would do this some justice. Or even some type of kickstand that kicks out of the back, almost like you see on phone holders. Something to keep it up in display like this. So it's a different style display, and this is where I'm going to mention the Holy Lance just briefly. Where this one is meant to be like an old relic, and it have this old-timey clasp and lock and be locked underneath glass, and this beautifully done red and little different style wood case. This one is not meant to look like a old relic. It is meant to be a military shadow box where you would have a piece of military equipment like this. Could be a gun, could be a knife, could be a bullet, could be anything. And then a few pictures or even chunks of anything to remember what this and all of this all kind of meant. So it all ties together somehow, where with his hunting knife, here is the safari. This is a picture of on the safari. And this little strip here, we have our COA. These all sit in here very nicely. And on the back of this COA, there is a write-up, and that's why I want to pull this out very quickly. But here's our COA. It is, remember that 1909 I told you about? This is number 463 of 1909. So these are very, very limited to 1909. And by the way, you can go to spectres.io and take advantage of a $20 off coupon code. Use the code Pauly20 at checkout. Save $20 on your entire order. And to go along with the free international shipping, use that code if you are going to be a frequent shopper at Spectres. Pauly20, save $20. So it is limited to 1909 because in 1909, that's when he took this hunting trip, and this is when the knife was presented to him. So this is the COA letting us know that everything is exactly what it is and how it should be. And then this is a write-up of a masterpiece of craftsmanship. So I believe this is a whole separate series, masterpiece of craftsmanship from Spectres. And it is a 2025 numbered. I want to see if this is dated 2025 once we get this popped out of the capsule. And I can't keep you waiting any longer. We have got to get this coin up here. And I think I'm going to put it underneath the 4K microscope. So stick around for that because I really want to get into this detail. It's just I know I'm not going to be able to fit this whole thing in one lump look at underneath that microscope. So we will take a look at everything briefly under that 4K microscope coming up. Beautifully done in this capsule, airtight capsule by Spectres. Cut, stores this knife exactly the way it should be. And before I get into it, we're just going to pop this out of the capsule. And Spectres typically has a little thumb hole somewhere right there, I believe. Maybe it's down around here. Typically, there's a little thumb grip right there so that you can get in here and start wiggling this thing loose. You can hear it wanting to come loose. There she comes. And before I get any further, where did I put that damn glove? Here it is. We get gloved up for this one so that we can handle this the way it needs to be handled. All right. Here we have it, and this is what we want to come in on. Look at the craftsmanship. Now, just imagine you're Theodore Roosevelt, and you're handed this actual hunting knife to take with you on your safari trip. And this many years later, it's being recreated. Look at the gold gilding. It's being recreated in 3/9 fine silver for us to enjoy. There's the opposite facing bear heads. Can you imagine someone actually making this as a gift? And now we have a chance to hold it ourselves in the form of collectible silver art. What an amazing, amazing piece of craftsmanship. Here's our eagle's head. Very, very cool. Gold gilding is so well done. The eagle's head is so well. There's a gap between the two beak ends. Even this sheathing here for grip of the handle, what would have been, I mean, it looks like roping of sorts, right? As we come around to the other side, we see what is believed to be Daniel Boone and Davy Crockett hunkered around a campfire in the woods. Look at the detail on the feathers. Yeah, we're definitely going to get at least this under the 4K so we can take in all that detail. Here we have, and this is the first coin of 2025 on the Paulybuck YouTube channel by Spectres. They have their mint mark down there. The Samoa coat of arms, and then the engraving. Theodore Roosevelt, friend James W. Gerard. What an amazing piece of work. Here's our numbering, which again I always talk about and I must see on coins like this. These aren't cheap, but you're not paying for the silver on this either. You're paying for the craftsmanship. And right now, the past, the present, and the future, Spectres has been killing the craftsmanship with their stuff. Underneath the 4K microscope, I guess I can come in closer than this, but I want to give you guys a good look at it the best I can. Look at the detail on the eagle's head with these feathers. I mean, just a piece of silver like this with so much detail, it's just, to me, breathtaking. It is something that is not being done. I get it. It's not bullion. It's not meant to be bullion. It's meant to be collectible. This is a recreation of a knife given to our president by a friend before he goes out on a hunting trip. Now let's just take this in for what it is. The tongue of the eagle, the eyes of the eagle. Look at the feathers of the bird's head. And we will continue to slide this up a little bit. And we're going to have to spin it around a little bit. As I said, the edges of this knife that would be held for grip. There is our classic, what you would have seen on the old style type 1, the original American Silver Eagle. As we continue to spin this around, look at the work that has been done in this. So much gilding has been done, continuing on up to where we have these opposite facing bear heads. And at that point, we can get flipped over. At that point, you see the opposite facing bear heads and our Samoa 2025 $5, 3/9 fine silver, the Spectres mint mark, and our inscription right here. Presented to Theodore Roosevelt by his friend James W. Gerard. So well done. And as we come up, we'll see Daniel Boone and Davy Crockett, the woods scene in the background. They're in a woods. Supposedly, Daniel Boone and Davy Crockett in the woods around a campfire. Just doing what two old boys do. And then we come back up into this eagle's head on the opposite side. Very, very majestic piece. Very powerful is a great word to use for this. A very powerful piece of silver. And I think Spectres knocked it out of the park, because when you do something like this, people tend to nitpick it. And trust me, I would be nitpicking if I could be nitpicking. And there's really not anything for me to nitpick here. Let's come back over here. This is our T and R for Teddy Roosevelt here. The bottom side of this knife. Again, very well done, Spectres. Very well done. All right, folks, let me know in the comment section below your thoughts of this piece. And better yet, let Spectres know your thoughts in the comment section below. They do follow along. They follow along with the comments. They will comment back to you. And if there's anything else you would like to see, definitely leave that in the comment section below as well. And if you are interested in anything from Spectres, you can check out a playlist. At the end of this video, I have reviewed a lot of their products. But on top of that, they are offering you, the viewer, a $20 discount code. You can go to Spectres, spectres.io. All that information, again, is in the description below. Use code Pauly20 at checkout and save yourself $20 on your entire order to go along with their free shipping. And definitely take advantage of their perks or rewards program. That's all right there on their website when you get signed up. The more you shop, the more they reward you. So if this is something that you're into, in the description, check out that information. But definitely, if you do head there, save yourself 20 bucks. Who wouldn't want to save themselves 20 bucks? Use code Pauly20 at checkout. Check out that video on your way out. It's a whole playlist of Spectres products that I have reviewed. Hit that subscribe button down below if you are new to this channel. And I appreciate you guys sticking around this long. And I will see you all on the next one. Thanks, everybody.